Why, hello there, treants and regular trees alike. Shams Nelson here from Pen and Blade. And in this episode of Sketch-O-Rama, we're just gonna be sketching some random, what they call like flower sack body people. And I've been practicing this force drawing method. So I'll give you a little preview of like how that goes for drawing anatomy. I'm still in the beginning stages. So I'm supposed to be figuring this stuff out. So look how far off balance this is. So let's move the head on this side a little bit and it'll balance it out a little better. So you see the force is going in here, it's pushing up there. I don't know if that's 100% correct. But I'm going to practice mostly this bean shape. Because it's a cool thing. So here, let's see if it's balanced. Do. Maybe if I just move this leg over, see those are the three centers. And then a different color. So if you drop a line straight down and you kind of have a platform, you can see if it looks like it would bounce on those feet, and now it kind of does. And I guess this guy's like waving. So each area has its own. So the main thing I want to do is put a rib cage in there. And I think someone asked a question about wanting me to make a video about rib cage. So this will be addressing that too, or will be me practicing that, and I'll talk about my thoughts on that. So alright, so the main thing is if there was no like turning or anything, you'd have a shape like this. And the main things you want to put in, or that I've seen the guy put in, are the collarbone, the pec muscles. What? A bee? A bee in the night. There's a bee on my computer. And then these guys, so you can get where the legs would come in. Alright? So you can bend it. So this is apparently a more rare bend, but if the hip from front view is jutting out to the side, which apparently, it's more likely for a female to do. So then this leg might be balancing it out. Let's say this leg is just, so look, you can see the force, it's coming down here, it's pushing on this side right here, sweeping down into the leg, and maybe this leg is pointing down like that. And then you could have the hands doing whatever they do. So then on this one, I want to have the rib cage more or less pointing straight forward. Let's just try to do it straight up and down too. And then it's sweeping. Maybe that's too extreme. This is what I'm trying to figure out as I'm practicing. And then one cool thing is to attach it. If you have that point right there, you can figure out that sternocleidomastoid muscle, and that'll be a real help in getting, your thing working out all right. Your head connected to your thing. And also, like, see how I did right here? I'll zoom in. So if you draw a head and you're thinking, oh, it's looking upwards like that, then you're going to think, okay, the chin's like that, and then it's going to attach somewhere to a tube-shaped thing. So I like to do that kind of a shape. And then I'll find out, let's put it over here for some reason, see what happens. So let's say we had the pecs over here. And so this sternocleidomastoids, both of them are going to attach to that point. And then you can go like that, and now you've got an interesting, gesture laid out. All right, let's do some more of those. Here, let's fill up the page with little ones. So that was a front view. So the other thing is if it's bending forward or backwards. These are the ones. This is the basics. So yeah, so that's it. If it's bending sideways, one thing like that, or if it's bending forward, with the rib cage is going to be something like that. And then, all right, and then let's have it curling forward like it's lurched over. So would, if it's bent over, maybe the top will be on top, so its head will be somewhere there, so you get what I'm doing. And then we'll have, that'll be the, what is it, the clavicle. And then here we have, let's make the pen a little smaller, the pecs. And then there we would have where the legs would pop in. And just connect them just like that. And then the sideways one we talked about. Let's do a simple one of that. That's not quite as extreme. So it's like this. And what the? So a leg would be popping out right here. Is that right? Let's see. Alright. That actually looks okay. Interesting. What if the leg was down? This should work too. Let's try another one down here. And this leg coming down like that. So there's one outside, inside, outside, inside ankle, outside, and then coming into the thing. I can do a video on the legs and stuff and on this method if it interests you guys. I guess I should, but I still feel like I'm a beginner. So I was gonna wait till I get a better grasp on it. But I thought I could do some Sketch-O-Rama's messing around. This is a force drawing method. I think there are some videos on YouTube about it, and I'm part of the online class thingy. Alright, so did I even do that right? I think he's more bending, back. So from a side view, it would be something like this. And he's like, no, why? Maybe he's on his knees, or he's kneeling, and he's, why has this happened to me? Okay, cool. Let's keep drawing them in the little spaces. This is Sketch-O-Rama, man. We're gonna fill every little spot. Let's go up here. All right, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to up there. So let's make a little bit bigger one here. And this guy, I'm gonna try giving him a larger upper body. And let's see how that plays out. So something like that. This is there. Should probably be a little more purposeful with my lines. That's okay, I'm just experimenting. And then, so this, let's try this coming up to the forehead, the top of the head. I don't know if this is exactly how you're supposed to do it, but it seems to work for me. And then it just sweeps around. You put the ear in, and then you kind of got, where the head is. Right? That work? And then connect the sternum. So you actually kind of like, okay, here's another method. Let's move along. So you make something like that. And then you're thinking, here's the face, right? You decide where the face is going to meet. And the sternocleidomastoid is going to be related. Oops, maybe I should have put this in first. And here's the rib cage. So let's talk about the rib cage shape too. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to do that. I should have some theme music playing while I'm doing Sketch-O-Rama. Everybody has some theme music they want to play in the background, but it doesn't have to be fantasy themed. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, I should just play it on my computer. I'll do that next time. This is nice in the peaceful nature. Can you guys hear the crickets? So what am I doing here? Oh yeah, let's do a rib cage. Alright. So rib cage, kind of egg shape. Fire on the bottom, and then you're going to cut a little thing like that. And put a line in the middle where the sternum is. Make it a thick line, because the sternum's kind of thick. This is where the pec muscle comes out of. That's why there's a little space. As you get really strong, and then these things scoop in, and you're like, whoa, I'm so buff. All right. So that's the basic rib cage, and then you're gonna have it just kind of cut open at the top too. And this is where the clavicles will connect. And there's some sternum in the back like that. And I have a video on drawing the skeleton. Maybe I should do an updated one. Look at that again. So that's the basic idea for the rib cage, all right? And I think the ribs are going to go something like that. All right? So when it moves in space, you can take your egg and just kind of decide where that center line is, and you make that little shape, because this is actually in the back. It may not scoop around that much, but You're just cutting out a portion. What's my dog up to? So when you do this, putting this into a peanut, or not peanut, what is flour stack? You can, I like to do the flour stack first because it's easier to see that. So someone's like looking over that way. And then maybe see I could go like this, sternocleidomastoid, put the head in there. And this is going to, remember, this is going to follow. So if you do someone hunching over, find that center line like that maybe. And that's how you're going to be able to get the other pieces of the puzzle. Alright, cool. And maybe, I don't know, what is this shape? So I'm going to try to figure it out. So it looks like maybe maybe he's hanging from the back? I don't know what that is, so I guess I should think before I put down stuff. That could be a good challenge for Fantastic Anatomy. Alright, let's do that. There's something like this. So that looks like the butt sticking out back there. So I'm going to guess it's like that. A rib cage here. Here's the pelvis thing. Alright, so we did be able to do something. It's a little unrealistic. If I wanted to do it, I could lengthen out the torso a bit, and maybe I use this line to come into the leg. This line like that. Why am I drawing at a sideways angle? I'm literally tilting my head to draw this. Alright, I don't know what's going on there. Let's refresh ourselves. Let's move up here and do a couple more. And I want to keep this under 10 minutes or a little bit over because then I can upload it straight from my iPad because I'm lazy. So those are the kind of things I want to do. And then let's see. I'm trying to think of different variations. Maybe I want to do it with more angular shapes. So let's have the chest out like that, but let's anglize it a little bit more. See what happens there. So here's our center line. Yeah, there we go, like that. Alright, I don't really like it, but it's alright. It's alright. And then I think there are two, if you want to get technical, let's see. Would there be two bumps like that, or is that just where the leg comes out? I'm not sure. So here the rib cage, like that. So let's put in some rib cages in all these. Rib cage, boom. Rib cage, like that. So I'll draw one, and you imagine where the rib cage would be. So this guy's leaning forward, let's say. Imagine the rib cage is a little trickier. So you're going to see the top of the little rib cage like that. Here's the front line. It's kind of going to be like that. And then you have your legs like that. So the rib cage from a more top view, maybe like this. And then that's where the little gap, because the gap is really on the rib cage, it's more like this, I think. But I think it's a lot simpler to do that shape, and it gets you pretty much where you want to go. That makes sense. Let me draw a little bigger. I feel like with the sternum there, this was a little thick, but I hope you get it. I'm feeling lazy. It's pretty late. I'm a little tired. Alright, we still got a ways to go, so I'm going to draw a little bigger. So what can I do with this shape? I'm always tempted to put the face here and have him looking over that way, but what else can I do here with this one? Let's get creative. Oops. Let's put, can we have this be the back? It's like, so if that's the back, and the rib cage, see, it's more round from that end. I guess it would just be round. Because it would come up in the other side somewhere like that, right? Okay, so then we're going into a head, and kind of looking at it from behind, something like that. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's working. I'm trying to think of also the angle, so another important thing is like, when you're doing this, maybe you could even in the beginning, at the very beginning, just, all right, find the angle there, find the angle there. Now you've got an interesting thing going on. Interesting angles. Look at this guy. Alright, let's say he's standing. Let's try to get him standing up. That's a little off balance there, so let's have this foot on the ground too. Okay, what do we got here? That's looking pretty good. In fact, actually, now I feel like he needs to have his arm out or something. Maybe even this arm over here on some kind of stick. And maybe looking straight up like that. Cool. That's a fun little dude. Where, bro? What else can we do here? Let's go more extreme angles. So let's say we're almost looking straight down. So now look, the top one is almost covering the bottom. And the head would be like this. Let's say the person's like at the starting line. I have to take off. And then what, this one foot leg is coming in or something? I'm not sure that's how it works. This is when a reference would be good. But it's fun to try to figure it out, I think. See, that didn't work out too bad. Alright. So let's try that again. And this time we'll look at the head like this. So I'm trying. See, it's hard for me to draw the circle from a weird view, so I turned it into a cylinder. Alright, and I'll put the ear there so I know what I'm trying to do. So this person is like in a fetal position or something, or is looking at something. Maybe there's some weird thing right there. Oh, what's that? So we're looking at. Alright, and so the back like that, so it's kind of cool to think of the back like, I don't know what that is, like a tongue? Like it's got a split in the middle. And then if you were to add stuff like the arm, I don't know, it just seems to work. It's like, let's do a back with a little bit of a twist in it. So you got these lat muscles that actually come down like that, but they kind of look like that if they're developed. And then there's something in here. Right, there's that thing. Oops. There's a sternum in there, so it's kind of going to be like that. I mean, is that the sternum? Cool. Alright, and then what did I have here? This didn't really work out. See, I didn't make it long enough. That's a problem with my torso. Probably should be down there, and that's where it starts. Alright, let's try some more extreme angles. So if someone was coming at you, but I don't know, what's with this? What's going on here? They're like falling through. They're flying. Ooh, I'm flying. So here we have the sternum. I mean the clavicle. So this is interesting. So let's do another one. So his chest is pushing out here. I'm trying to think of the force. There's probably a fair amount of force right here, where his body's hanging down. I'll just put two arms coming out like that. Right, so he's got his chest, the midline is there. I think these are the first two things you want to find. And we can put chest muscles in, connect them out to the arms. Alright, cool. I think that's good. And then what if we do it from behind? So where this is the booty. And, this person's like touching their toes. Oh, that actually worked out very easily. Actually, I can already see the whole shebang. Let's try another twisting one. That seems to be the one I have the issue with. So this is the one that shows the rib cage the most. Okay, hold on. Oh, alright. That turned out okay, actually. So in these ones, we're in the front view, and you're doing a hip out. So the force is going into this hip, and then that's probably going to be the leg that's supporting it, and then kind of bouncing maybe into the shoulder, let's say. Alright, we'll put a head somewhere in there. Oops. Alright, whatever. Alright, cool. Whatever, we got something going on there. So this is not, I don't think this is looking right. Basically, the rib cage is looking at you, but it's at an angle. And then the bottom part is not at an angle. So there's like a, there's a this shape in there, and there's a this shape, where we need some space. So we got a this shape. Oops, that's not a very good this shape. Let's put in the this shape first. We got this shape, and then we got this shape. And they're trying to play nice. Something like that. No, 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 no. See, like, look how cool this is when you get these forces. That's why I really got into it. And then this might be a counter force. I don't know, is that a counter force? I don't know if that's a thing. I invented that. Did I invent that? Maybe it's a thing. Whatever. So that's pretty much it. Let's keep going. Let's do a couple more. So we got this thing on like that. And that. Right. Why do I keep, okay, let's bend it this way. Just make this longer, maybe that's my problem. And then we get enough room, that's it. That made a lot of difference, so I had to make it longer. See, those things you gotta figure out. So let's do another one. Let's make it a little smaller. So, let's not make the curve quite as extreme. How I'm getting a handle on this, so let's say I put that would be basically the rib cage right there. And put the belly button here. Boom. Yep. That's looking better. I'm feeling it. I'm starting to feel it. Maybe even a little too long there. But now we're err on the side of too long. We can bring it back to somewhere right in the middle where it's nice. Some contrapposto. Where the angle of the hips and the shoulders oppose each other. That's the kind of the natural way things go. So I might, now that I'm not showing the whole rib cage, I might put in the pecs here like that. Then put in the rib cage section. And find the belly button where I want the legs to connect in. It seems to be my little formula. This one, let's try going from the back. So, oops. So this is going into, maybe into the face or something. With the back, we can think of, the whole thing like that. It still has that kind of, and let's see. I'm just kind of trying to figure this out myself. Now I'm looking at the angles, so I'm going to figure that's the angle there. Let's cut that out. We got this, I like the back in two parts, so here we can add this muscle and that muscle. And then we got that thing right there. And now I'm starting to see how I could build this out if I wanted to. That makes sense. Let me, I'll lighten this one and draw over that a little bit just to get a better feel. So that's a good one to study. Feeling like I could learn something. So there. So I like how all these kind of got a little meeting at this one point. I'm guessing that's where there'd be some driving force or whatever. I'm gonna bring it down, swooping into here. And then let's square this out so I know. Let's cut this out. Okay. And then I want this part to have enough. Trying to figure out how this relates to the shoulder. Something like that. Alright. Now I want to finish my little exercise. I'm not going to get too sidetracked on the back, but that was an interesting mini study for me. Alright. We're almost done here. Don't worry, you guys. Be patient. Gosh. Ah. Alright. Wait. What am I on the wrong layer? Okay. So we're going to do a big one right here. This guy's reaching for the clouds. So this is why I like trying to fill in the blank areas, and maybe I'll have them, because I don't want to, let's try not to touch that. So see, like, that's interesting. So there's the, see here we're putting in the chest. There's that little thing, and the sternocleidomastoid. And the head's like looking behind the arm. Usually go from the deltoid to the back of the arm is the arm shape. Just put in the rib cage like that. And see, I might go like this on this one, just because I like the way it helps me think of it as like a hinge. And there might be like a bit of something like that for the lats. Alright, we got this coming down here. Put the belly button. Cool. Yay. You even have a person reaching all the way. So we have room. And see, the force even goes into the fingers and stuff. Like one little force thing I like about the fingers is going like this. See how I just got like a fingery looking thing right there? Does that look like a finger to you? And still, I haven't learned, I don't know, I haven't gotten to the hand part yet, but just this kind of flowing rhythm, you know what I mean? That's not flowy enough. Alright, it's not a good sidetrack. Alright, we got one leaning forward, like this, and then, alright, cool. We haven't done too many from the side, so let's get a little side view one right there. And when you do the side, see the force comes from here, up into the shoulders, down, and then down into the legs, out into the toes. That's a fun one. Maybe up into there, around the front. That's a really fun way to, and like effective way to do the side view. And I'll leave it on that. If you want me to do a side view thing, I guess I could put one between the legs, but I feel like that would just one too many. Alright, you guys, so that was fun. Thanks for joining me on the Sketch-O-Rama. You better have sketched along. If you didn't, shame on you. I should have said that in the beginning. Shame on me. And until next time, peace, God bless, and stay fantastic, everyone. No one's going to notice that edit, right?